In the heart of the city, there's a lady so divine, with a gift so rare she can read between the lines, unlocking mysteries. She's the one we all admire. With a touch of magic, she sets our souls on fire. From psychic readings to rosemary oil so pure, her spirit shines bright. Of that I am sure. On TV she graces the screen with grace. Her presence is a blessing in every time and place. Pop culture psychic, in tune with the stars. She sees beyond the veil, even beyond Mars. And when the night falls, Tracey after dark, her wisdom illuminates like a powerful spark. So if you seek guidance, look no further than her door. Tracey Brown live where wisdom does soar. Through the realms of the unseen, she'll light your way. With every word she speaks, darkness turns to day. Tracey Brown live, the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong. From psychic readings to rosemary oil so pure, her spirit shines bright. Of that I am sure. On TV, she graces the screen with grace. Her presence is a blessing in every time and place. Pop culture psychic, in tune with the stars. She sees beyond the veil, even beyond Mars. And when the night falls, Tracey after dark, her wisdom illuminates like a powerful spark. So if you seek guidance, look no further than her door. Tracey Brown live where wisdom does soar. Through the realms of the unseen, she'll light your way. With every word she speaks, darkness turns to day. Tracey Brown live, the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong. Tracey Brown live, the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong.
Hey everyone, good help, good help, good help. I
Forgot to
forgot to add
some people. Let me do that right now.
I don't think he should be giving expert advice. And I was disappointed when he showed up, and I couldn't believe that, his corny face had any opinion at all. Like, handle your marriage, dude. Like, deal with your marriage, right? And I feel like once him and Megan got a divorce, then he came on this show to save himself and save how stupid he looked. But to me, he still looks stupid. I do not like Devontae Datron, whatever his name is. No, I do not like him. Um, did the sound come back on? I hope it did. I don't know if it did. Is the sound back on, guys? Oh, good, good, good. Yep, 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 yep. All right. Good, good, good. Thank you, Sissy. You could hear me. Like, I want this show to be successful because the experts got it right. And sexual tension is amazing. Having sex is amazing. And like 4 out of the 5 couples refuse to have sex with one another. Like, it's crazy to me. So I don't know. I wasn't happy. I want them to do better. The show, not the people. This is not the people's fault. This is the show's experts. And they're gonna deny it, but y'all got this wrong. Like this couple right here. I don't even know their names. I know her name is Dominique. Oh yeah, I do know his name. Dominique and McKinley, right? Miss fucking match. And they wanted to blame it on Dominique being 25. Excuse me, people. People get married at 25. Like, why is that like a bad thing? It's like, oh, she was young. No, he was 37 and he was immature. It wasn't that she was young. She was young, ready, willing. Nobody wanted to listen to her. Nobody wanted to give her a voice. Nobody wanted her to say, I don't like him. And the pastor even kind of yelled at her, like making it her fault. Because McKinley comes across as a nice guy. Well, McKinley's not a nice guy because he jumped into this bitch's DM. Hold on. McKinley, this is McKinley, the guy. He jumped into, I knew it was, he jumped into this bitch's DMs. Like, and she didn't tell her man Clint, like, oh, you should know your boy is like in my DMs. And then when he mentioned it, he was giggling. And then he told this idiot, jackass Aris, who had no love to give. Look at them. Does it look like they should be a couple? That looks like they took 2 different pictures and put them together. I'm sorry. I was disgusted. So McKinley, this jackass, the guy, tells this non-sexual jackass how he went into the DMs of this bitch. And she didn't say anything. Now, Clint, I love. I don't even know why I love Clint. Clint is goofy. Clint is fun. Clint is successful. Clint is a nice guy. Like, Clint is probably my favorite, not the wife, Gina, who let this jackass come into her DMs. Like, get out of here. Okay, so let me see. Do I get it right? So these two, okay, so spoiler alert, these two are not together. And she made a decision at the end because this jackass, this one right here, Aris, before the coupling off, he was like, "I'm gonna break my wife's back. I'm gonna throw it in there, and I'm just gonna whip it around." And when he got confronted with a wife, this jackass went dickless. Ah, he went D-less and could never get it up for this beauty. Who, by the way, is really a beauty queen 10 times over. He couldn't produce. But all the while is telling her what she needs to do to make him happy, but not sexual. So in the end, the producers let her talk first because she needed to save face. And she decided. And then in the end, he was like, oh, I just got tired. In the end, he was like, I need somebody that has self-confidence. Bitch, she's a beauty queen. Like stepping out on stage, beauty queen. I couldn't do that. Although I have to tell you, I did apply for Miss Teen New York when I was a teen. And there was a dungaree, like a denim. Like you had to buy denim. And I don't wear denims. So my dad took me to get some denims, but I was like, I can't do it. I can't wear denims. I mean, I was difficult all my life. And my dad was like, well, what are you gonna do? So I got pants that mimicked denim, kinda, but they were white. So they weren't denim in material. They looked sporty, but they weren't denim, and then they were white. I was very proud of myself. I wasn't even close to running up. Like first, second, third, I wasn't even mentioned. There was a Tracey that got mentioned. And my mom, who's a little cuckoo crazy, was like, they meant to call your name, Tracey. They didn't mean to call her name. And then all the parents were there, and Tracey's mom was listening to this. And so rather tell my mom, shut up, which is what I was like 16. I was like, woman, stop. Then I was like, the best thing I could do was walk away because my mom was talking about that other Tracey like she was trash. These are true stories. I tell no lies. I just walked away because you can't tell your mom, like, Mom, it's okay, shut up, don't make a scene, because then she would have smacked me, because that was the error back in the day. So rather than like her turn all that anger on me, I let her talk about the other Tracey because I walked away. So Tracey, if you out there, you would be like in my age bracket, let me know. Some crazy ass woman in New York City talked about you like a dog in front of your mother at a teen beauty pageant, because that was my mama. Hmm. Anywho, Tracey came in third or something. Good for her. So let's go back to the pictures. My back is itching. Ugh, this happens all the time. Stungue fever. All these damn mosquitoes trying to kill us. Oh, child. Okay, let's talk about Tracey. No, not Tracey. Okay, let's talk about. Okay, so Gina and Clint, I love Clint. Gina went through the whole show sleeping in another bedroom. Being very honest about how she's just not feeling it for a ginger. She called the man a ginger. Then she said, "You need a haircut." Then she practically called him Humpty Dumpty. It was bizarre how she felt about him and the words that came out of her mouth. Meanwhile, this bitch, McKinley, the guy, is in her DMs. So she was not being honest at all and trying to make Clint look bad. But Clint's a nice guy. I'm telling you. All right. These two, I'm on the last decision day. I'm not looking at these two. I'm praying that these two stay married. But she's a little crazy in a way where she spirals out of control. She has these violent rages, but she also can control her violent rages. Like, it's kind of funny that she could get violent, but she's never gotten violent on him. The rages, violent rages, not like physical violence. And then she was a bad kid. I'm always looking for like the bad kid that recovers as an adult. But there's something loopy about her. Like, I think I want to be afraid of her. No, I'm going to be really honest. And you know what else I noticed about her? So she has this body dysmorphia issue, right? But she has a gymnast body. Upper, this is all like built up. And she looks like all the gymnasts that we know, whatever their names are. And I love them all, but she has a gymnast body, right? Gymnasts have upper body and they look like upper with these little tiny waists, and they don't even have hips. Most gymnasts, they just kind of, the waist goes in like this, and then the body just seems to go down from the waist. Everything else is like upper body because they have to do all this twirling and tumbling and all that is upper body. But somehow or another, there's nobody's got hips. They barely have ass. And when we do find one that has ass, it's usually in college, not in the Olympics. I've been watching gymnastics for years. They never choose anybody with ass. Oh, you know what else? They don't choose anybody with breasts. Because when you do the beans, right, then your breast goes like up and down and all that tissue, right? It's flying all over the place. So they don't choose anybody that has breasts. You never noticed that? You got to see things through my eyes. They're very unique eyes. I notice all these things. They're usually flat breasted. And to me, it looks like they're wearing teenage bras. That's a little padded because that's how flat they are. Check next time. So then these two, I was just at the stage of watching these two right here. Let me see if I can get my face in this. Oh, hey, watching these two right here. Um, he's a nice guy. He did say he loved her. Um, she makes me feel uncomfortable, and yet there's something about her that I like. She's a native New Yorker, so what's not to like of a native New Yorker, right? But she definitely has like New York tendencies, anger issues, like moi. We never leave our anger issues behind. It's always on ready. We'll cut a bitch. And she kind of looks like she'll cut a bitch. But I saw her being very mechanical in her talking points. There were just things that she kept doing that was mechanical. And I'm like, girl, relax. Like, go see a psychiatrist. Relax. And then she kept questioning. And then he said, when we finish with this experiment, we're going to have to go to our own apartments until we can find an apartment that can accept 3 dogs. I'll tell you right now, if a ninja said to me anything that stupid, I'm saying no at decision day. Like, you don't get to put me on hold because no damn dogs. What are you, crazy? Anywho, that made her crazy. So instead of saying, I find that unacceptable and fighting for them to stay together in their marriage after the experiment was over, she agreed and then had anxiety the whole show about it. Annoying. And he can't even see, this idiot can't see that he set her up for that. Oh, she keeps questioning. I don't know. She keeps questioning. You set her up. She was already crazy. Bullshit. She's still have bullshit. Now, this is going to be my favorite, and I do know how this ended. This is no longer story time. Goodbye, story time. I do know how this ended. So it turns out like he's on the down low. He is on the down low. He just doesn't know he's gay. He needs to explore his manhood with other men. He does not need to be married. He did weird little nice narcissistic things. Like she had her, what do you call that? Hard exterior up for like the first 10 episodes. He helped her to get rid of like being so closed off and scared and vulnerable and tight. And then he did what she did. That's called a psychopath. That's called a master manipulator. So then on decision day, we never saw this jackass cry. On decision day, he starts crying. And she was looking at him like this. Like she was almost laughing. I didn't get to that part, but I know what happened because of TikTok. I didn't get to that part, but she was looking at him like, did you plan this? Like, you're crying. You have not cried the whole show. Oh, and then this psycho would come home and not talk to her. He would come home, go straight for the terrace, and not say, hi, honey, how you doing? Or sit next to her. Their kisses weren't like, really, she should have known. The kisses were like, it wasn't like, I didn't see tongue. There was no tongue for any of these crazy ass couples. I need to see tongue. Well, I don't need to see it, but I need to see tongue down the tonsils of another. But it doesn't matter, right? Because he's totally on the download. He doesn't know it. He has no clue. 5 years. I give him 5 years for discovery. 5. If his family lets him be gay, I don't know. But he's definitely on the download. So my only hope is for Nicole and whatever her husband's name is. I have no idea what his name is, but I do like him. I like his nice guy attitude. What I think what's missing here is that he's a nice guy, but I saw where he was caring, he was nice, but I didn't see enough internal loving pushing through for Nicole. I felt like it was still very automatic between the two of them. I am praying that they say I do. I'm praying. I don't have hope. I don't have hope that none of them say I do. But the one that could say I do is these two. These two did not, and he started crying like the little bitch that he is. These two, she was kept trying to tell everyone, he's not my guy, he's not my guy, and they should have just listened. And then he wound up in the DMs of this girl, and he even said, I wish they would have paired me up with Gina. I would know what to do with Gina. And then he is a sex fiend, but he didn't want a good wife. He wanted trash because that's all he knows. He knows someone that just, lays low, spread them wide. That to him is love. So he really needs to question, like, where is that from? Is that hood life? What is that? And then she took a stripper class. This is your wife. She took a stripper class. By the way, the worst stripper ever. Please stay in beauty pageants, whatever it is that you do. Please stay there. You're not a stripper. And on national TV, he's throwing $100 bills at his wife. Now, let me tell you something. Oh, you're going to be throwing $100 bills at me, just not on public TV. The bedroom's going to be lit. But I'm not showing you on public TV because you're a weird sex fiend that's trying to turn me into something I don't want to be. I know how to be that in the boudoir. But you don't get to put me in public and try to make me. Listen, there are plenty of women out there that know what to do with you, Eris. That woman wasn't the one. All right, I'm over it. Beauty, baby. Oh, nice guys can use that to be manipulative too. Do something, hide their hands behind being a nice guy. Exactly. Exactly. The only really nice guy, I'm going to tell you, this was the only really nice guy. Clint. Clint was generally a nice guy. I don't believe Nicole's husband is a nice guy. I think that it's so automatic for him to be a nice guy that one day he's going to wake up and fucking hate himself. Like oh, you know what? I know what this is. He's the guy that wakes up one day and becomes like a serial unaliver. And then when he gets caught, they're going to be like, why would you do that? Why? And he's going to be like, because everybody sees me as a nice guy. And he's the type to get witness testimony after witness testimony, or everybody saying he's such a nice guy, such a nice guy. He just not. That's this jackass. Oh my God, this is ridiculous. So I missed last season. I don't even know. Oh, wait. So I missed last season. This is Tennessee. And I missed last season because Hulu cut me off. But they never cut me off because I never saw a bill that said, you're not paying your Hulu bill, right? The other day, I was watching Marvel Civil War, which, back up, I didn't get it. I tried. I was like, oh, like I didn't get it. But the Civil War had something to do with modern day time, but I didn't get it. It's very typical for me not to understand. The only movie that I love is Iron Man. I understood Iron Man from the beginning to the end. But I do like Spider-Man, and I like the little black boy Spider-Man. Was that a cartoon? Was that real? I can't remember. But the little kid in Civil War Spider-Man, this little white kid, he was amazing too. But I didn't understand the Civil War and why any of them would choose a bad side. It's like, I really thought everybody should have been on the same side. And then I thought it was like the Democrats and the Republicans. I really couldn't figure it out. But in any case, this forced me to go into Disney because they kept saying, for Hulu, use your Disney Pass. I tried it, nothing worked. So when it was time to look at Marvel, I went into Disney and Hulu was there. There was Hulu. And I was like, I could have been watching Married at First Sight. Most boring show ever. Devante, is that his name? The black guy, Devante. Do not participate in this election. I have a funny feeling you had a strong voice on this election. And baby, you can't pick them. Megan ran from you. Megan ran from you so much that she ran into the arms of a worser dude. But he's better than you. All right, let me look at the comments. Hey, Colton. We all clocked that one. Laugh out. Yes, he is one of the girls. We all clocked. There was something that he did where he went to walk away in the kitchen. And from the back of his head, the body language, I saw it. He said, there was something there. And I was like, oh my God. He's on the down low. I don't think he knows it. But he kept punishing the wife. Who, I can't remember her name. I can't remember any of these people's name. He kept punishing her. Right up until the last day, he was taunting her. Anywho, let me see what everybody else is saying. He's one of the girls. Hi, Incognito. All right, so I think this is just me. Love Island, exciting. Love is Blind, exciting. Married at First Sight is wasting money. They're wasting money. I love Dr. Pia. She was pregnant last season. I didn't get to watch it They showed her today, not enough, but she's a nursing mom, so maybe her contract couldn't bring her back full time. Dr. Pepper, annoying. Like, she reminds me of that very short sex therapist. What was her name? I didn't like her either. Um, and the pastor, like, although they get a younger pastor in Devante, but Devante is a narcissist. So they can't bring him on full time. So I guess we're stuck with the pastor, who I do like the pastor, whatever his name is. I do like him. I didn't like the way he treated Dominique, like trying to blame her and her youth on her not liking this idiot of a guy. He was an idiot. And then had the nerve to admit he preferred this bitch. Well, the marriage was never going to work. So she was right all along, married to the medicine people. Oh my God. Dr. Ruth. Dr. Pepper reminds me of Dr. Ruth. And I didn't like Dr. Ruth. I didn't find her funny. I didn't find her sexual advice like giving. You know, she made a great career at sexual advice on TV. I don't know if she wrote any books, but I didn't favor her. No. Anywho, that's what Dr. Pepper reminds me of. Dr. Ruth. Like, you know how, like, as you get older, you start shrinking? Dr. Pepper looks like she's shrinking. Somebody get her some heels, please. And a fitted jacket. I see why people have problems with me. Like, my eye is just too critical. It's funny, people. All right. Yes, Devante, thank you, Sissy, was making good ex-husband. There was a whole big thing on social media when they introduced him because what? They said he couldn't even keep his own marriage together. So he wasn't the best person. Hello. Hello. I'm in total agreement. And when he showed up, I was like, what the hell? Devante, I don't want to see you. You add nothing. You're a weird little narcissist. And poor Megan, we had to bust out like screaming and yelling to get away from you because you tried to throw religion down her throat. And Megan's a very sexual, sensual being. And you tried to stop her from being the woman, sensual beauty that she is. You narcissist. What kind of psychobabble are you talking about, Sissy? Dr. Pepper and her husband live in separate houses. Somebody cut this fucking married to the M.A. Married at first sight. MAFS. MAFS needs to go. It needs to end. I don't want to even do a reading on it. It just needs to end. Will married to the medicine. Married at first sight. End. It needs to end. I can't. Now that you're this discovery of all this bullshit, they don't live together. What kind of fucking disgusting, deplorable, cockamamie bullshit are you talking about? I wasted years, 45 minutes per episode. There was 13,000 episodes. They've got a lot banked. They've got a lot banked. I'm gonna tell you right now. They have a lot banked. This was season 16, but I heard they were up to season 21. They have a lot banked. So this shit is gonna come on. Married to the Married at First Sight, season 21. The newest season is season 18. No, I think it goes up to season 20. Wait, does Nicole come back? Oh, I'm so confused. All right. It looks like it goes up to 18. And I think we could get like another year, two more seasons, another year. I think that they're going to question it. I think they're going to question it. So we're going to get another year of it, two more seasons, 16, 17, 18. Um, but the show is sick and failing, and they don't want to admit that the show is sick. But I do believe it is failing because of Dr. Pepper and the pastor. I think they tried to revise the show by bringing in Devante, but Devante scares me. And I didn't see Dr. Pia last year. I only saw her this year. Um, and I kind of wish they could use Dr. Pia's, if she has any methodology more, or maybe they can use her as part of the decision on who would be compatible. I'm wondering if they do this through AI now, because now I don't trust the show. Do you think they did it through AI? Hi, Queen. All right. So somebody's going to have a baby. I'm wondering if it's going to be Nicole and this, I don't know his name, whatever his name is. They might get a baby out of this. So I think we're going to get two more seasons in the US because I think they're might be concentrating more in other countries. So we get two more seasons that I think they already banked. Um, but emotionally, it's not pulling his its weight like Love Island or any other love show. It's just not pulling its weight. I mean, what's your opinion? Please tell me whether or not you like the show. Let me know in the comments. Oh, Queen. Queen is like, funny looking people have the cutest babies. That's so true. No, I don't think it's an AI generated show. I think, are they using AI for the compatibility portion of it? Because I think AI is getting it wrong. Um, the show's unscripted and observational and is intended to reflect the variety of relation dynamics that exist in real life. I think everyone is lying, Sister Crab. If you looked at this season, there are so many people that should have just bailed. Gina, right here. Gina should have just bailed. Right here. Gina didn't want to bail because Dominique was like, get me the fuck up out of here. I'm proud of you, Dominique, even if nobody wanted to hear it. Aris should have just bailed. Period. And the one that's on the down low but doesn't know it, do you know the minute he had sex with her, he didn't like her? Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Queen, so do I. I think they were doing, and Aris, you shouldn't have stayed to the end. You look like a whole gigolo. I believe it. All right, everyone. We don't need to go any longer than this. I'm gonna go back and finish. I did discover in my research just now that these two did stay together. So they are together. They are not. And he started crying. And I'll show you guys the tears or let y'all hear the tears tomorrow morning. But he's full of shit. This is the download guy. She bailed and she's my favorite. She's the only one that knew what she wanted. And she didn't want this man early on. Like at some point, they went to go get their belongings from their homes. This is the one right here. Her name's Dominique. And she was sitting down and he was unpacking and he was like, are you just going to sit there? And she's like, yeah, maybe. And he goes, well, what is that? Like, you're going to bring your suitcases in the bedroom? And she goes, I don't want to bring my suitcases in the bedroom. Meanwhile, I'm going, you go, girl. You go, girl. You know something's wrong. The honeymoon was fucked up for both of them. You know something's wrong. Don't put up with it. And she stayed true to herself. She cried because everybody wanted to make her feel bad. But I'm so proud of her. And Dominique, if you ever see this video, could you come on my show? I am so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. If anybody knows Dominique, I want her to come on my show because I want women to know you don't have to put up with ass shit the whole show like this woman did. I can't remember her name, but she's like a beauty queen. She's gorgeous, and put up with a gigolo D ninja. Nope. End it early. Out. Why waste your time? The whole time this ninja is telling her what she needs to do for him. Out. And my favorite, hands down, is Clint. Clint, if you could come on my show and show men what real men look like, I love you. And I don't mean I love you in a way that I want to take you from Gina, like this little bitch did Dominique's husband. No. I love how you stood strong, even though that bitch belittled you and belittled you and belittled you, Clint. You should have left. You know what you should have done? You should have been like, go home. They never shared a bed. Unless they were in a stupid couples retreat. And even that, and these two, even towards the end, there was a pillow between them. I couldn't take it. I lost good life. I lost life. I lost 45 minutes of my life, and I got to go back and finish this shit because I'm dedicated. I should just quit. Should I bail? Should I bail? Whatever. Dominique looks familiar? I wonder why. I wish I knew myself better before I got married. I grew up and decided I was in love with me. So you grew up. Don't have regrets because God doesn't design regrets. You grew up. And that's the gift that you gave yourself. Dominique was true to herself, and it was so empowering to see. It really was. I'm happy for anyone that understands this ain't it. Yes. Oh, he's a gay man. Shaq is a gay man. And it's okay. There's nothing wrong with being gay. He doesn't know it. We got to get him with a good man. We got to get Shaq where he belongs with men. So somebody please inform Shaq that he just doesn't know that he's gay. All right. She stood on business. Dominique, this one right here. She said, fuck no. And there was another part where the couples tried to intimidate her. And that made her more sad because she's like, nobody's hearing my voice. Nobody's understanding me. That made me more sad for her. And Nicole did not help. Nicole tried, I think producers put her up to it, but she tried to be like the couples counselor. Nicole, you should have minded your business the whole season. Nobody needed your 10 cents. Literal 10 cents. All righty now. That's the best I could do. There's no more to add. You guys were amazing allowing me to cover this. If you never watch it again, I would never blame you. I don't know if I can do a second season of this unless I see Dr. Pia. I need to see more. And Devontae, I never want to see you again. You're weird. Yes, I was happy for her. They tried to guilt her with that stand by your man stuff. When you gone, that's that. Oh, you know what else I found out? That this woman, I can't remember her name. I'm so sorry. Let's just call her the beauty queen. She didn't apply for the show. Her mother did. Her mother applied for her to be on the show. All right, that's it. It all makes sense now. Thank you guys for putting up with me wanting to watch this show and giving my critique. I hope you guys found my critique funny because I'm a funny fucking psychic. Okay? Love you. Bye.
In the heart of the city, there's a lady so divine, with a gift so rare she can read between the lines, unlocking mysteries. She's the one we all admire. With a touch of magic, she sets our souls on fire. From psychic readings to rosemary oil so pure, her spirit shines bright. Of that I am sure. On TV she graces the screen with grace. Her presence is a blessing in every time and place. Pop culture psychic, in tune with the stars. She sees beyond the veil, even beyond rosemary oil so pure. Her spirit shines bright, of that I am sure. On TV, she graces the screen with grace. Her presence is a blessing in every time and place. Pop culture psychic, in tune with the stars. She sees beyond the veil, even beyond Mars. And when the night falls, Tracey after dark, her wisdom illuminates like a powerful spark. So if you seek guidance, look no further than her door. Tracey Brown live where wisdom does soar. Through the realms of the unseen, she'll light your way. With every word she speaks, darkness turns to day. Tracey Brown live, the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong. Tracey Brown lived the beacon of light, guiding us through the shadows of night. Her voice like a melody, so pure and strong. In her presence, we know we belong.